first off, we're going to go through some of these, and if your name is announced, this is a good problem to have. I don't make up awards unless people accomplish something, and the fact that we have so many people to recognize is like amazing. It's amazing. And so I'm going to ask when I call your name to come up here quickly so we can get through these before people fall asleep. And y'all are painters, so I know you've got to get to drinks, let's be honest. So I'd like to ask Royce Palmer to come up really quickly. Royce? Wait a minute. You got here quicker than I thought. And this is for lifetime APPC membership. He's only been here 7 months, but he's seen a 10% increase in sales, 5% increase in closing rates, which is a lot if you think about 5, you got in 30s and 40s, and $37,545 in customer reactivation revenue. Royce.
Thank you, sir.
All right, Royce, great work. Thank you, dear. So this gentleman, year over year, increased his income by 25%. He's not here. We don't have to recognize him. Sorry, I didn't know this. He didn't make it. There you go. Okay. So 72% sales increase. That's respectable. 25% in $250,000 in customer reactivation revenue, increasing billable rate by 32%. You make a little bit more money when you charge 32% more. Yeah. Time blocking and systems improvement, Brian Reese. Come on up, Brian. These young guys make me feel old. They keep coming around. They look better. They're taller. There you go.
Great work, bud. Thanks. Great work.
All right. So $31,000 in customer reactivation revenue, a 10% increase in income, increased B2B referrals, and $49,000 in net new commercial repaints. Andrew Caraba. He skipped the awards ceremony. That's okay. He must be doing something else. All right. Here we go. This is year over year, a 20% increase in sales, 22% increase in income, $60K in customer reactivation revenue, and significant operational management improvements. Oh gosh, I hope I don't mess this up. Nick, I always want to say Cianciola, and I know that's not exactly right. Cianciola. Okay. Thanks, bud. Oh, no. Mama says, Mama gets. Great work. Awesome. 50% sales increase, $20,000 in customer reactivation revenue, and $20,000 in net new commercial repaint revenue. Grant Myrie. Grant, come on up, bud. Glad you're here.
Thank you so much.
Move over this way, move over this way. Let's get centered. All right. Great work, Grant. It's pretty good. 50% increase in sales to $268,000. Not bad, 50%. I mean, most people, their business doesn't even change. 50% increase in closing rates. That puts some money in your pocket. And 20% increase in income. Richard Powell. Richard, come on up, bud. Great work, buddy. Glad you're here, bud.
Thank you.
Come on over. Great work, bud.
Thank you.
Awesome. Clifford, well, I've already messed it up. Clifford, come up here. Russo, I'm going to talk about you while you walk. 48% increase in sales, 40% growth in income. Closing rates increased from 12 to 30%. Got out of the bucket, doesn't paint anymore. That's nice. Increased repeat business and increase in personal time. It's nice when you have more time and make more money. Clifford Russo, that's who you are, right? Okay, good. I'm just joking. Great work, buddy. And he's done a great job. Like, he implements his bottom off. Good job, bud. this is the lifetime stats. 62.5% growth in sales to 1.3 million. Significant income growth, increased closing rates by 38%. Year over year, 150K growth in sales, 150K in commercial repaint, and a full-time transition to leadership. One of my favorite people to talk to and hang out with, Mr. Mike Osherman. Here you go.
Hey, buddy. Here we go.
Great work, Mike. If you haven't, hang out with Mike if you see him hanging around. He's fun to hang out with. All right. 8% growth in sales to 1 million, 6% income growth, 7% increase in sales closing rate, $275,597 in customer reactivation revenue, significant. Staffing improvements and operational improvements, Mr. Jimmy Zeski. There you are, you moved seats on me. And Brandy, come on up here, baby. Your name's on here, I was just looking for you. Am I getting in the middle here? Let me just hold this. I don't go to those type of clubs. I'm just joking. Sorry, my wife. So embarrassed. I'm so sorry. No, she goes, no. Okay. It used to be funny. It's not funny anymore. 83% growth in sales to 550K, 25% income growth, 20% increased closing rates, and client referral growth. Love working with these folks. John and Ginger Hughes, come on over. So since apparently it's awkward if I'm in the middle, I'm going to give this to you.
We love you in the middle.
Here we go. Great work, buddy.
Thank you.
Great work, guys. Great work. So this is pretty neat. I like this, mainly because of the stuff at the end. 19% increase in sales, 35%. Or $35,000 in customer reactivation revenue, 12% increase in sales and closing rates, 18% increase in income. Referrals went up, operational field improvements, but here's the thing, dramatic increases in personal free time. So when you get to make more money and spend less time worrying about your business and getting out of there, as you get toward, after a while, you're like, I ain't got so many years left here. And you get worn out in your business. And to have, to get back into your life is awesome. Mr. Mark Polis. Come on up, Mark. And he's fun to work with. And he's funny. He's funny. He's got a good sense of humor. All right. You heard from this guy today. Sales growth of 35% to 1.3 million. Income growth by 30%, lifting closing rates from 38 to 64%. Significant progresses in personal efficiency and increases in referrals and commercial repaints, Mr. Matthew Rathgeb. Matthew's not here. Well, it's okay. We'll mail it to him. We'll give it to him tomorrow. So, lifetime APPC membership, 169% sales growth to $1 million. Year-over-year growth, 22%. 23% increase in income. Cash flow to owner of 37%, pretty darn strong. Significant improvements in office administration, increase in online commercial leads with APPC Digital Lead Services. Ken and Casey Shepard, and if Miss Shepard wants to come up, come on up. The Shepards.
That's what I'm here for.
Thank you.
All the good ideas.
All the good ideas come from her. You're the pretty one. I don't know. Let me do that one first, because it's for the same person. So, who was it? We were in the small groups today, and Mike Balding said, that one of our members here tonight, Keith, wrote a fantastic book. It's you, Keith. The cat's out of the bag. And it's called How to Be a Good Dad No Matter what kind of dad you have. It was great. And I'm reading it on the plane going to the conference 2 years ago. And all of a sudden I realized I don't have any issues at all with my dad. I think I had them all with my mom. And I never got any encouragement growing up, none. So I just decided at some point in my life I didn't want to hear any of it, and I just get it all for myself. And so when people say nice things, I get very uncomfortable. I don't like it. I did this testimonial video contest, and they make me so uncomfortable to watch that I have them transcribed and I read it. I have them transcribed and I read it, and I'm sorry. I hope that does not suppress when you send it to me. It's a thing. I'll watch a little bit of it, but then I almost have to leave the room. It makes me uncomfortable. So I have it transcribed and I read it. And it was the nicest thing I've ever read. I wish I could say it's the nicest thing I ever watched, but I can't watch them. It makes me uncomfortable. And so, Keith, you've got two things coming, but start your way up here. For kindly creating one of the for the best video testimonials in APPC history, and never failing to expertly encourage and instinctively compliment success when it's needed most, Mr. Keith Safran. So not only, does he make a good video, but his sales growth over this time has been 55%. He lifted his closing rates from 24 to 50%. He's a great salesperson. Year over year, he increased his closing rates from 44 to 50. So it's not like you just do it once. You go back to the system. You keep raising those things. 157% in overall client, 157,000 in overall client reactivation income. Operational advances resulting in increased gross profits, Mr. Keith Safran. All right. Here we go. Lifetime, 59% increase in sales to $930K. Year-over-year income, 26% increase in sales, 15% increase in income, $114,000 in customer reactivation revenue, increased billable rates and help and closing rates, plus $22,000 in new commercial repaint sales. Eric Heipel. It's from the land of Minnesota, very fun to hang out with, has a great sense of humor, tells a good joke, tells the kind of jokes I like. That's you betcha. There you go.
Inappropriate ones.
Inappropriate, there's kind of sometimes. So these guys kind of came out of nowhere and did something really awesome, in my opinion. You never know. We have our goal program, and we have some folks that are super engaged, and then we have some folks that are doing stuff, but just, frankly, I guess they just never think they need to tell me a damn thing about it, which is great, and I'm glad they're doing well, but it's, you don't know. And sometimes you get on the phone with somebody, you're like, oh, yeah, we've been doing all this stuff, and we're making a lot more money. And I said, well, why don't you tell me? I'll drop an email, send a text, send a courier pigeon, mail a letter. But they don't do that. But I don't care, as long as they're doing well. I do care. Please tell me about these things, people. So 60% sales increase to $818K in sales, 60% increase in income, not too shabby. And this is like 11 months. $84,000 in customer reactivation revenue, increased closing rates from 31 to 44%, $75,650 in commercial repaint revenue, significant operational and time management improvements. Ray and Tanya Orist. All right. These guys, equally impressive. Sales growth of 42% to $3.2 million, income growth of 52%, lifting closing rates from 22 to 35%, significant progress in personal efficiency and leadership. I just watched it. I mean, what a transformation. 27% increases in referrals and $66K in net new commercial repaints. Tim and Christy Perryman, two nice people. They're not here. It's okay. They'll be here tomorrow. Oh, there you are. You just got up slow. You're going to have to get up faster than that. My eyesight's bad. I need to see movement. Okay. I thought y'all were gone. All right. So these guys have done a significant stuff, and they're fun to hang around, and I enjoy seeing them. They're always giving back, giving good advice to other people, and this is a lifetime increase of 130% in sales to $2.3 million, 130% increase in income, not bad. Year over year, they didn't stop. 35% increase in sales, 35% increase in income. Just shows you that they can track together if you do it right. Full transition to management and leadership, which is where we all want to be. Mark and Lisa DeFrancesco. I love it when short people win awards. It's really makes me feel better. Okay. I like it when the young guys do well. It's really fun to watch, and I enjoy it, as I remember when I was in the same situation. Sales growth of 317% to $610K, raising personal income by 62%, lifting closing rates from 24 to 50, increased closing rates. Did I write something twice? Yes, I did. Excuse me. You can just scratch through that. I'll send you a new one. Send it back. Typos. $20,000 in overall client reactivation income, landing $434,000 in commercial contracts. Danny Samuelson. Come on up. Come on up. Makes it look like I'm getting it, but it's up to you. One more. Let's get one for you, hold it. Great work, guys. All right. So, it's neat to watch these guys over the years. It's just a personal pleasure of mine. 470% sales increase to $1 million in sales. 47% increase in sales. Gross profit increased by 102K. Significant increases in commercial repaint sales. What I always like to say about this individual is they are in a market where they should fail. And so many people are in a market that they can hardly not fail, yet they do. And this individual bucks that trend, Sean Tolliver. Make sure you put that on your Facebook, post it 8 times a day. It's how you do that. I'm just giving you a hard time, Brian. That's what I do too. All right. Lifetime APPC membership, 300% increase in sales, doubled personal income, increased sales closing rates from 20% to 35%, held steady despite losing a large commercial account and significant field operations improvements. I'm going to take a pause here. Some of y'all are in this room and you got like a big whale that funds most of your business. And one day that whale goes bye-bye. The whale goes bye-bye. And if you don't start working early and hard and that whale goes bye-bye, you're going to be broke. And so we started working on this early. I mean, how smart is that for them to start working on this early? And then when the whale went bye-bye this year, they were just right where they were before. No big deal. That's why you prepare in advance. 2 of the nicest people I've ever met, ever. Mike Balding and Greg Collins.
Okay. Here you go.
Most partnerships don't work worth a damn in painting. I mean, hardly ever. I mean, like maybe 1 out of 10, and this one just rocks. Great work, guys. Just letting you know. I put this. You hold it. I'm gonna hold. You hold that. Awesome, guys. All right, seriously, we're getting close, guys. We're getting close. We got another stack in the basement. No, we've only got 3 more. Hang in there. Hang in there. It's pretty cool. I think it's pretty cool. 884% increase of sales. You start 8 to 807K, 495% personal income growth. Pretty big. Year over year, not stopping, 60% sales increase, 82% income increase from the previous year. 25%, $250,000 in reactivation revenue, got a small list. 50% increase in referral revenue, $241,000 in commercial repaint revenue, growth in online leads with APPC web services, and significant operational improvements. Before I say their name, just, guy's got an accent like I do. He's from the South. I enjoy it. Talking to him, Micah and Stacy Little, come on up. Come on up.
Sorry. I'm not an AV person. Right.
Great work, guys. Very proud of What? I don't know what you're saying. I don't know what you're talking about. Okay. Sorry, I have a hard. I can't see very well. I'm hard of hearing. You had to scream it to me. So this is the Member of the Year award, and I've greatly enjoyed working with this individual. I have tons of respect and admiration for him. I enjoy spending time with him, and he is aggravating. Okay? He's aggravating. Let me explain. All of your best coaching students or whatever you want to call them are kind of aggravating because they're doing stuff. They're asking questions. They're wanting to do a little better. They're wanting to get your advice on something. They're proactive. They're going, well, could I do it this way? Could we do it that way? Well, what about this? Well, what are your thoughts on this? And guess what? They're successful because they've got an inquisitive mind that never stops working. And if I could put 10 or 20% of his inquisitive mind and energy and drive into the average painter, everybody would be doing a lot better in our industry. I wish I could do it. So sales growth of 260%, income growth of 100%, lifting closing rates from 45 to 52%, from 0 to 35% increase in commercial repaint mix, going from 6 to 25 painters, doubling online leads with APPC Web Services is the lifetime, and then year over year, 32% sales growth to $1.6 million. Give a big round of applause to Mr. Eric Crawford, Member of the Year. It is tradition. Oh, come here, Slick. It is tradition. What is it? I think there's an old African proverb that says if a man is going to get rid of his traditions, he better think real hard about what he's going to replace them with. And so we try to be a little traditional here at the APPC, and we're not going to replace it. So you get to make the Member of the Year speech. I don't know how this is going to go. I think it's going to go great. Here you go, bud.
Well, I didn't see this coming. I thought you were supposed to, I thought they always knew. That's not how it works? Oh, okay, be warned. Well, boy, don't mess up. Well, first of all, thank you. Boy, I'm really honored. Boy, I wish my wife were here. I'm glad Brandon's here, but I wish my wife were here. Simply because she's believed in me and she helped me to get to this point. Second of all, for those of you who aren't members of the Painters Academy, I really would encourage you to pursue that. It will be worth every penny. It will encourage you, train you, challenge you, and so I want to say thank you to Brandon and his staff. I love talking to John. I give him his heart of a time, and I'm glad he's a New Yorker, so I guess so he can put up with it. The staff has been great, so thank you for investing in us. And we're just trying to take what you've given to us and multiply it in our communities. I'm really not good at very many things, to be quite honest with you. I wasn't really that good of a painter. I was a lousy operations manager. I'm okay at sales, but I think the only thing I'm really good at is hiring people that are better than me at certain things, and that's why Brennan is up here, and I'm so thankful that he joined me this year because he's really helped us grow. I mean, last year I actually took a loss in income because we invested in Brennan's position, and we bought an office building and remodeled it, and we hired a really great admin. And last year was the most free year of my life. I had a lot of extra time and energy to invest in my wife and my kids, and a lot of it is because of the great staff. So business owners, I know in our conversations, many of you have vocalized that it's hard for you to let go. But I encourage you to let go. It's worth it. It's worth having more freedom, more opportunities, but it's also worth watching other great men and women join your team and do things that you can't do because you aren't made to do it all. And if you will work with Brandon and Art Snarzik and others who can help you understand yourself. I mean, it wasn't until I was almost 40 that I really got a better idea of who God made Eric Crawford to be. And I was okay with recognizing I couldn't do it all. So why don't I hire the people that are much better at finances and admin or operation managing and those kind of things, and let me focus on the one or two things that I'm decent at. And so, no, that would be my encouragement to you. Keep going. It's worth it. The painting industry is changing, and there's a professionality to it because you are raising the bar for our industry. And as you raise the bar in your communities and we get together in opportunities like this, we learn from each other. I mean, I learned so much from the hot seat today, and I wasn't even on the hot seat yet. And so it was excellent that you're bringing your experience and your failures and your successes to the table, and you're sharing those with us. And so this is a great community. And the Perrymans and I were talking back at the table, and we've both been a part of this conference for about 3 or 4 years now. And we were talking back there, and they've got a great business, and they're doing some great things that we want to emulate. And as we were talking, what do we want to get out of the conference? I was just saying, hey, one of the things I want to get out of the conference is a couple of relationships that I can take with me this year, and I can continue to learn from some of the people in here doing things that I love to do, but I don't know how to do yet. And hopefully, on the same time, there's maybe a couple of you that are younger in your business that I can help encourage, and you can call me. I mean, Sean and I, we've had a conversation even a couple weeks ago. He was picking my brain on stuff. That's fun. I love hearing from you, and I love the opportunity to call you or Facebook message you and say, hey, can you help me with this? I don't know what to do or how to make this decision. And so you have something really great here. For those of you, this is your first time, take advantage of it. Come back next year, come back the third year, and you have these relationships that will grow. You're just at the beginning. But some of us who've been here for 3 or 4 years now, we love seeing each other, and we have conversations throughout the year that are helping both of us as we interact. And so, again, this award is really just an outgrowth of your investment in me. And Brandon, your investment. So your wife, hey, thank you. Thank you for letting him do what he's good at, because he's blessed us. So love you, and I'm blown away. Thank you.
All right. Well, I think that concludes this evening's conclude. I don't like this stuff. I love it, but I don't like it. But it concludes this evening's formal festivities. There is not an open bar because I'm cheap. Y'all drink too much. I should be honest. There's a bar, and we're having some good dessert. There's dessert that's just been brought out. So we've got dessert out there. We've got good company inside, well-dressed people that are very smart. So I'd encourage you to hang out with each other, and I will see y'all at 8 o'clock. Ken needed to say something.
Well, I think it's safe to say that I am the oldest guy in this room. And, oh, I got you. You told me how old you were today, so I know I got you. Brandon would probably be the first to tell you that one thing's tougher than teaching an old dog new tricks is to get him off the porch. That being said, a couple years ago, getting up in years and everything, and I hate to exercise. My wife convinced me that I need to exercise. Well, I hate to exercise. I know if I go to the gym, I'm going to go there and just piddle around and do a little this and a little that, check my phone like most people do, And and everything I do, I'm gonna do it wrong, so it's really not gonna help me. So she convinced me that I needed a personal trainer. Well, I got a personal trainer and went through a couple personal trainers because they would come and go and everything. Right now, my personal trainer is named LaTroy Ludgood from Luceville, Mississippi. And LaTroy is probably 6-something, 200 pounds, ex-MMA fighter. He's tough. But LaTroy works me, and we have fun. And LaTroy's made me to look forward to going to the gym every day. Well, I don't go every day. I go a couple times a week. But I actually look forward to going to it. You know, I never miss a day. Well, Brandon is kind of like the LaTroy Ludgood of, he is the LaTroy Ludgood of sales and just business coaching. I've learned to really enjoy being our time with him. Although that he beats me up like LaTroy does, you know. I'd call, he'd get on the phone, and, yeah, I was supposed to do that, but I know I didn't do that. Oh, yeah, blah, 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 blah. Yeah, I'll get it, you know. So, you know, we go back and forth, but he's been a real inspiration to me, you know. And, but he got me back into where painting is fun again, you know. And I just want to thank you. I want to thank you for making painting great again. And as you would say, I want to thank you for making painting great again. And this is for you.
Oh, love it. Oh, it's going to lose about half the members here, but I'll wear it anyway.
I didn't want him to get it mixed. We modified the colors a little bit because I didn't want him to get it mixed up with his MAGA hat. You know what I'm saying? I'm sure he's got one hidden in the closet somewhere. God bless you, brother.
Thank you, buddy. Oh, I'm going to wear that. I'm going to wear that everywhere I go. And nobody will know what it's about. Awesome. So thank you. Gosh, my members surprised me. Thank you all so much for being here and hanging out. I hope you've enjoyed it. You can't possibly have enjoyed it as much as I did, but I hope you enjoyed it like 20% as much, because that's good enough for y'all. As it's been fun for me. We're going to turn some tunes on. We're going to drink some wine and some beer and hang out and have some dessert, and I will see y'all at 8 o'clock in the morning. That's right, 2 doors down. See you in the morning, guys.